Plaintiff James Hicks is suing the mother of his child. He claims he's homeless because she owes him 2 months' rent. He is suing her for $800. Defendant Brooklynn Hardwick says she's not giving him anything because he's a cheater. She used the rent money to buy diapers and wipes and owes him nothing.
You guys have a relationship. You have a child together?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so before I get into the details of the case, tell me about your relationship, and that'll give us some background.
We met on Facebook. You know, we started hitting it off pretty good. I met up with her the same day. You know, met her family.
Yeah.
She started coming over to my house. 2 months after our relationship, we got into an accident, and we almost about died.
Car crash?
SUV versus moped. We was
Oh.
on the moped. Thank God we made it out of that. And then a month later after that accident, that's when I got her knocked up.
You got her pregnant?
I got her pregnant a month after we had the accident. I love this girl, Jerry. She's the girl of my dreams. I mean, we have a son together. We have a whole family.
And what's the boy's name?
Khalil Jordan Hicks.
Khalil.
Yeah.
So you love her?
Yes, sir.
You have a beautiful child together? Why are you suing her? She's the woman you love.
I'm suing her for $800 and 2 months unpaid rent.
You guys got an apartment together?
See, I was living on my own. I'm 17 years old. I've got a full-time job.
You're 17, okay.
Yes, sir. She agreed to splitting everything 50-50.
Okay, so you had this apartment
Correct.
that you were living in and paying rent
Correct.
before she moved in.
Correct.
But he did not have the apartment before when I met him. He was still living with his mom. We both decided to get an apartment.
Oh, so the apartment was based on the fact that you were now both together.
We started looking for an apartment whenever we found out I was pregnant. So we
Okay.
jumped from his mom's to my mom's. Then we ended up getting our apartment.
And she agreed to paying everything 50-50, splitting everything. I mean, how can I do it alone at 17 years old, paying all these bills and buying all baby stuff? The only reason she won't pay is because she thinks I cheated. Yes, I did go out and text a few other girls, but I did not screw.
You texted but didn't have
Correct.
sex with them.
Correct. And I did tell her who I did screw.
Whoa, okay. Okay.
No, he's honest.
Yeah, you're an honest cheat.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So you had gotten her pregnant.
I did. I even cheated on her while she was pregnant with my son. But I told her I'm sorry for that.
Well, I bet you are. But, wow. And how old are you?
I just turned 18, July
Okay,
11th.
so you're basically the same age. What's your side of the story here?
I did not pay 2 months of rent because he was cheating. Girls called his phone because I stayed up. And they texted his phone, and I texted them back to get information on how they met. They met at his job. They screwed in the car
That's a
at
lot.
his job. He got a 22-year-old girl pregnant, and she miscarried.
That's a lot.
And he lied about the whole thing until I went on his phone and he was texting her talking about you should have never told her that
Your
we
Honor,
screwed around.
but I did not get her pregnant.
You wanted to
And the
get
lady at my job, I did not screw her, and I put that on my son.
Once you found out you were pregnant, you guys decided to find an apartment on your own.
Right.
How many months did you live there?
We lived there for 6 months. I
Okay.
did not pay for 2 months.
Okay, so for the first 4 months you were there, you were paying $400 a month.
I gave him 100 out of my check, and I kept 78.
$178 a week?
I was 17 at the time working at KFC, and I didn't get paid well, so I gave him 100 out of my check so he can pay for rent. But I don't know if it went on the rent or the girls that he was with.
Your Honor, I was working a full-time job, making $12 an hour, working 75 hours a week. Why do I need her money to spend on ladies?
You admit that you were with other women.
Yes, sir, but
Okay.
I ain't screwed no other lady within the last 6 months of our relationship.
Well, congratulations. Man.
he just doesn't get it.
Yeah, well, you guys are young.
That boy is my world. I mean, I buy him
Well,
everything
then don't
he's
take
needed.
money out of her pocket when she's supporting
Okay,
your
but-
child.
Right, but at the end of the day, this money that I get is still going to go on my son. I mean, look, I'm jumping home to home, from family to family, just to make it because I cannot pay rent.
You're making the money go around. She's got the, let's say she makes money, And you're saying to pay for that baby, she should pay you, and then you can buy for the baby. Why not let her just pay for the baby directly? Why is she giving you the money first?
Because she agreed to that. What about a place that our baby needs to stay at? He needs a place to call
Where are
home.
you guys living now?
Her family.
There's a place to stay.
Right, but we can't be jumping home from home with a child.
What are you going to do with that money?
Your Honor.
What are you going to do with that money
The
that
only
she
reason
gives
I'm
you?
staying with her at her family's is because of her not paying rent. If I had this money, I would still be in my own home.
These are the expenses she had. Baby clothes, diapers, playpen,
Your Honor.
toys, bottles, baby wipes.
Your Honor, at that time we was both working, so that counts as a 50-50. We split all that. We pretty much bought all that together.
No, it was while you was out cheating.
I understand you're upset with his cheating, but the fact that he was cheating doesn't go to the issue otherwise of whether or not you would owe rent. You had every right to leave him, but if there was an agreement that you would pay rent, then you would pay rent. What is on your side, though, is because of a situation which you helped create, she's got a baby, and there are expenditures for that baby. So I see two young people here who got into a situation that you weren't ready yet to handle.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Having
You
a baby
cheated.
I'm
You
sorry.
cheated on her.
All right, having a baby doesn't mean you shouldn't have to pay your bills.
She's paying bills that you gave her by getting her pregnant.
She paid 4 months. Where's the other 2 months at? That's why I'm homeless.
You're not homeless. You're living with her parents.
The reason why he is homeless right now is because when I left him, he followed me to my mom's and he decided to move out of the apartment to move in with me and my mom. And
So
you recently sent 2 pics to my
Recently
friend
don't count. We're split up.
Actually, it counts.
How I'm single.
You're living over there. How is that single?
She said she's single, Jerry. That makes me single.
I'm not going to try to get you guys together because, frankly, I don't even know that it's a healthy enough relationship to be together, and particularly at this age. Nothing is more important than your baby, okay? You're both 17, 18 years old now. You've got a responsibility ahead of you that, you know, that baby is your child forever. You totally changed her life by getting her pregnant.
Right.
Totally changed her life. In this case, where you have certainly not acted responsibly, and I understand that you initially said that you would pay the rent for those 2 months, and I understand the situation has changed. I'm throwing all this into one basket, and I see the expense of raising the child, and that money, which ought to go to the child, to go around the circle to you first, and then you'll spend it as you wish. I'm saying no. The money ought to go to the child, and since you're paying the expenses mostly now for the child, I find that your call for her to give you money for rent that has to go back to her anyway then to pay for the child is unnecessary. So therefore, I dismiss the case.
Okay. Your Honor, can I say one more last thing?
Yep.
You're the love of my life, baby girl. You're all I want. You have my family. We are meant to be together. Will you please be mine?
I can't marry James because what I went through for a year, it hurt me. He cheated for a year. I can't see him with me when we're in the bed.
I think I could stay faithful to her if she actually married me.
A week after having my son, he cheated on me again. Out. And I was not even, we just got out of the hospital and he cheated again. So I can't marry him.
Our son, I love him to death. I mean, but if Brooke don't want our family together, I mean, I guess I'm gonna just have to let her go her separate ways and just be a father.
Hey YouTube, thanks for watching. For more Judge Jerry, click here. For more Jerry Springer, click here.